How are you? How are you, buddy?
Oh, okay.
So good to see you.
Thank you.
You can't. I bet you can't wait to put your vote up for the Trump.
Oh, no, I tell you.
Man, he is so good. That guy.
Oh, my
That guy.
God.
I mean,
Oh, my God. Like,
excuse me. I agree with you. I can't say anything more than that. Oh my God.
oh, my
Oh
God.
my God.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I have known some really good liars in my short life,
Oh, yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
I've told some myself.
Yeah.
But
I've
this
told some
guy,
whoppers. I've told some whoppers.
you've told some whoppers.
Oh, yeah.
But have you ever seen somebody who could lie like this guy?
No, no. I bet his mama spanked his bottom red.
Yeah, maybe that's his problem. Maybe his bottom is still sore. And that's
Maybe.
why he looks like he's so grumpy all the time.
That's probably right.
Grumpy Trumpy.
Grumpy Trump, I like that.
So, um, I for anybody
Oh,
who's watching this and there's
my God. Your voice has just changed.
I just changed it. I just changed it. I can do anything.
How do you
I can
do
change my
how do you
voice.
do that?
But
Oh,
I do it.
how do you do that?
I do it because I got the skill. I got the ability.
Okay.
Okay. So if anybody is watching this, my name's David, and Ian is the guy in the red shirt. And I'll get him to tell you what's written on the shirt in a minute.
Not him.
No, not him. He's not. Excuse me. Is he wearing a red shirt?
No, no.
Okay.
People might be colorblind.
Could be two. Could be two.
Exactly. So it's this guy.
So the guy that I'm seeing here is my mate, who.
No. Hang on. Start that again, please.
Sorry. A few years ago, Ian came along to be my support worker because people realised that I needed a support worker, and he was terrific, except for one thing, and I'm going to make this public right now. Okay. Now
Okay.
bring that damn wheelchair with you wherever you go, and I'm sick of it.
Yeah. Well, you got to do what you got to do. You know.
Well. Why don't you just leave the bloody thing at home?
Because then you'd have to carry me.
I'm not carrying you.
I carry you a lot enough as it is.
You do. So who is the guy behind you, please? I know, but somebody mightn't.
This is a very funny guy. My auntie actually was my auntie. I think it's either my auntie or my mum that got me into him. He's a comedian.
Yep.
From England, even though he doesn't look English. He's actually from England.
Okay.
And his name is Michael McIntyre.
He is hilarious, isn't he?
He is hilarious. If you've never heard of him,
yep.
I suggest you look him up. And my personal preference is look up Michael McIntyre and the dentist.
And the dentist, yeah, no, that's very funny, and it's also
very, very funny.
It's stupid. So can I say, Ian, that Michael McIntyre is your preference?
Yes, he is my preference.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
If I had to choose, he would be my preference. Yeah,
he's your preference.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't go any further down that line.
That's what she said.
Oh, did she? Oh, okay, all right. Now I have some people behind me now.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, do you know those people?
They look familiar.
Yeah. That
Larry, Curly, Mo. Who's the other one?
Not Larry, Curly, and Mo.
Huh?
No, you're missing the point. There is it. Someone else, is it? Can you think?
That guy on the right kind of looks like Jesus.
Yeah, but have you ever seen Jesus in a blue suit like that?
I was going to say in a blue suit. That's a very funky Jesus.
It's a very 70s blue suit.
70s.
Yeah. I don't think I ever had one like that. Although, actually, when I got married, I wore something like that.
I was going to say, you're in the same graduation as Jesus, weren't you?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
He was dux of the school.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was very good at it. I mean, yeah, he was good at schools.
Yep.
So, Ian,
Yes.
when you and I started hanging out together, which a few years ago,
Yeah, it's been a few years now.
okay, and you told me this story because I came in, you came in as my support worker. I think it was that way.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. And
Well, when you say I was brought in, I was pushed in. I really didn't actually have a choice.
you didn't have a choice. So you didn't really want to be my.
I really didn't want to. The stories I'd heard, yeah,
Yeah.
but they needed someone strong and capable.
You didn't think you're up to that task?
No, I didn't.
Well, I reckon you've done a pretty good job because you've lasted a few years now, haven't you? And what you said to me initially was that we weren't to be friends.
No.
Okay. Now, why is that?
Just because, there's this thing out there that people are not allowed to have relationships with other people.
People aren't allowed to have relationships with other people. Where does this come from?
Well, that's it. I'm not sure. It's somewhere out there in the atmosphere, in the stratosphere, that someone has said that you are not allowed to. When you start working with someone, you cannot be friends with that person.
You can't be friends with them.
No, if you're looking after them.
So did you have an experience like that? Like
I did actually, yes.
So tell me about that.
Yes, well, it was a number of years ago now, actually. I was living at another place, and
I'm glad you were living,
yeah,
because the story would change if you weren't.
the story would be a lot shorter.
And boring.
And a lot more boring.
Yeah, because you're not supposed to have relationships with dead people either. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
sorry. We've got lots of rules in this world. Coming back to you, sorry.
Yes, that's all right. Just don't do it again.
I'll try.
Are you done?
I'm done. Yeah, I'm waiting for you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. You've got the microphone. You've got the stage. You just go ahead.
Sure.
I'm not going to say anything.
Are you done?
Yeah. Totally. I'm totally done.
Sure.
Yep.
No. One more thing?
No, not another thing.
You're done.
Okay. You heard about Trump lately?
I'll just let you have your say.
No, I want you to, please. I don't know why you're taking so long. I want you to tell us about this, something about relationships it was.
Yeah.
Underwater.
Underwater?
You're not supposed to have relationships underwater either.
I can imagine that being very dangerous.
Yeah. Anyway, coming back to this. So this,
yes.
Okay, over to you.
So anyway, a few years ago, I was living in another house, and I started working with a group who supported people with disabilities. Sorry, someone's just ringing me at the moment.
Didn't you tell everybody of all your fans?
Clearly not.
Oh, okay.
Clearly not. So anyway, so I started working with a group who work with people with disabilities to help them, enjoy life, I guess.
Like the stuff that you're supposed to do for me.
Yeah, exactly.
And fail.
Yeah, I've failed miserably. Yeah. They don't pay me enough. So I started working with this group. Can I just? This guy keeps calling me, so I'm gonna have to stop for a second and.
You just get rid of him.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll pause you.
Yeah. All right.
So we're coming back to that because you got rudely interrupted by a telephone call.
I did.
So you're talking. There was a really handsome, good-looking young fella came in for you to work with.
Yep.
Yep.
When you look at someone and you give your initial impressions of that person and thoughts of that person.
Yep.
Just looking at him and noticing him, I noticed he was a shy fella. He was,
Okay.
wouldn't really look you in the face when he's talking to you. Would constantly be twiddling his thumbs. Walking around. Wouldn't sit down for long periods of time. He'd always have to get up and be moving.
Wow.
Thinking, okay, this guy's. I think this guy might be a bit have a bit of a disability as well.
Sounds like someone who's either on the spectrum or with ADHD.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking, on the spectrum. Yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly
not looking you in the eyes, not engaging with you.
Yeah. So that was the biggest giveaway. I was like, okay,
yeah,
interesting. But we still chatted and we still talked and got along and everything, and we didn't do a heck of a lot really. We'd watch movies, we'd go out every now and then, but we never really had a connection. And so I was sitting with him in my room one day. We're just talking away, and it happened that I had a wooden picture, basically, of the Mother Mary, the Virgin Mary, on my wall. And
was that your mother?
And not my mother, no. Even though my mother is still a virgin.
Oh, okay. So
yeah, I'm miracle, and so is my brother and sister.
Yeah, I've always thought you were miracles.
Or immaculate conception, three times. Yeah. So. I saw him look at this picture, and I saw him smile, and straight away, my brain went, I reckon he's Catholic, because obviously Catholics, from what I understand, Catholics, they don't actually pray to Jesus; they pray to the Mother Mary.
It's a bit of a mix. That some of them do, but certainly they do venerate Mary.
Yeah. So
generally.
So I was like, oh, sweet, we've got something to talk about. I can actually delve a bit more into this guy's life and get to know him a bit more. And I'm like, sweet. And I'm like, oh, I see you looked at that picture of Mary, and you're Catholic. And he goes, yeah, I'm Catholic. Yep. And I said, and at that time, I didn't really know much about Catholics or other religions for that matter. No. I'm a Lutheran. I'm
sorry about that. Have you taken anything for it? Is there a cure?
We drink a lot to get rid of it.
Oh, okay.
To deal with it, we drink a lot.
Oh, that's good. Look, you see, you have appeared at times to be normal to me. Not often, not many times, but sometimes.
No. I just drink a lot. So
okay.
Actually, not so much nowadays, but I used to.
Yeah. So how did you go with this guy?
Anyway, get back to the story. Yeah. So I thought, okay, well, I want to get to know this guy a bit more. You're obviously going to be working together and get, we're going to develop a relationship. You can't not develop a relationship with someone.
You're not supposed to have relationships above and below water.
But, you've got to try it. You've got to try it.
Yeah.
So, so I said, oh, so you're Catholic? And he goes, yeah, I'm Catholic. And I went, no, okay. I don't really know what Catholics do, what they preach, what they follow, all that sort of stuff.
They don't Luther.
They don't Luther. I know that much. No, I know that much.
Okay.
That's all I really knew. So, so I asked him, oh yeah, so what do you actually believe? Like, what do Catholics actually believe? What is your story? And he looked at me and said, oh, I can't tell you that. And I'm like, why not? Like, what? I don't want to offend you or anything, but have I said something wrong? Or he goes, no, it's just I'm not here to be your friend.
Yeah. That actually hurt, didn't it? So...
It did. I looked at him and I went, oh, okay. How is that possible?
Yeah.
We're going to be working together. We're going to develop a friendship. We're going to develop a relationship.
Yeah.
good or bad. So how can we not have a relationship?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the job. The job says I'm not allowed to be I'm not allowed to have a relationship with my client.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to take that. So
Yeah.
basically, when he left, I rang the business and I said, I've just seen so and so, and he's told me this, and I can't deal with that. I would like to get rid of him. So, I mean, he was a lovely guy, and I think he seemed to mean well and seemed to be pretty good at his job, but just that relationship, was just not there.
You and I have talked about this a fair bit, and it's a fairly serious thing. So I mean, we clown around an awful lot, but and that's great. We have fun, don't we?
Yeah.
But it's been an
Not
issue.
friends.
We're not friends. No, we're not friends. We don't have a relationship above water or underwater.
No.
No.
Especially underwater.
Especially underwater. That's right.
I'm not a good swimmer.
No. Well, I'm not too bad a swimmer, but it's you in your wheelchair that worries me.
That's true.
Because you seem to take that everywhere you go.
I do.
Anyway, you told me that story when I first met you.
Yeah.
And I will admit that I've always had a problem because I've been working in disability, as you know, as I've talked to you about it, for 12 years now. And I started my own business just a few years ago. But I've always had a difficulty with the whole issue of, boundaries. I mean, you have to have boundaries for you to be safe and me to be safe and all that.
And I get that. I do understand that, know.
But I think that the line that oftentimes is drawn by organisations is too sharp.
Yeah.
And the illustration, I think I told you this too, Ian, is that I had to do some training at one point, which was on the DHS, the Department of Human Services website. And it went through these different people and they're being asked the question, what do you want in a support worker, right? A support worker, for those who may not understand, is someone whose job is to come alongside, be with you, or you be with me and try and enable me to do the things I can't do.
Key word, support.
Yeah. But in some cases, you're with that person 3 or 4 times a week, and sometimes maybe more. And what are you going to do? Am I going to just come and sit with you and not tell you anything about myself, not tell you anything about my family, and expect you just to be happy to be with me? And I mean, it's absurd. And I think in the case of the person that you mentioned, as we've talked about before, I think that guy probably was on the spectrum, and maybe he was struggling a bit because maybe relationships normally are hard for him, and then he comes into a role where people say, no, you can't form relationships. You're not there to be a friend, so you don't share your stories, and he's going to do that literally.
Yeah.
Whereas somebody like me, and I think you too, Ian, we break the rules. We look at this and say,
absolutely, absolutely.
So when I did that training, it was a video thing online, and it went through with these people saying what they wanted in a support worker, and each of them was saying things like, and they had different disabilities. Some had quite, distinct intellectual disabilities. Others had, physical disabilities and so on. They all were saying, well, I want somebody who can help me do the things that I can't do on my own. Help me get out into the community because I can't do it on my own. Help me maybe do my shopping. Help me manage money because I don't understand, or whatever it is. All those sort of things. The very last one, I can still remember it, and it broke me up because he said those sort of things, and then right at the end of it, he said, "And I want someone to be a friend."
Oh.
And oftentimes in this whole sector, and you would have seen it not only for yourself, but you've seen it with other people because you've lived with people with varying disabilities.
Yep.
Sometimes people are very lonely. You don't get a chance to get out. You're not able to get into the workplace every day and see people. So that the person who has the privilege of coming into your house and spending time with you, I'll say, what the fuck? if you can't, in a sense, make a friend of that person, you know, I mean, you and I have spent so much time together over the years.
Yeah.
It's not quite as much these days, but over the years we've spent so much time together.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely. Yeah.
and I'm gonna I'm gonna tell you something right now, and this is just for you. So everybody else, just put your hands over your ears. All right? This is just for you, Ian. I have loved spending time with you,
Oh,
and I do consider you a friend.
so
Thank you.
yeah. You and me have formed a very tight family. I would almost say family type relationship. I consider,
And I've got to learn a lot from you too. So
and vice versa.
It's not one-sided.
No,
You know? And that's the way relationships should be,
absolutely,
underwater or above water.
exactly. Yeah.
Now, you want to ask me a question again about those people behind me?
So that's not Jesus.
No.
Oh, okay.
The main reason it's not Jesus is, that, to my knowledge, he never had a suit like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No. And his hair is sort of like salon coiffured.
Yeah, it is a
word.
Yeah,
I don't think they didn't have salons like that back then. Certainly not for carpenters' sons.
No. It looks like it's had a good perm.
Yeah. I mean, I think if he was getting his hair cut, probably his dad would have got the shears out or something and had to go.
Put the bowl on the head and cut it out.
Did they have bowls back then?
I'm thinking more about my era.
Oh, your era.
Yeah, it's not quite Jesus.
Jesus era, which is 2000 years.
Okay. So I thought this was about me. So
get it. Hey, you didn't tell everybody what's on your t-shirt.
No. So I'm really into funny t-shirts, I guess. It actually.
You are obviously into that one, aren't you?
I love this one. This is one of my favorites.
No. You're into it because you're actually into it.
Very, very well done. You very old fella. You're on that.
I'm not a pretty face.
You're not a pretty face. But
I'm not just a pretty face.
thank God for that.
So I'm not the Messiah.
So it says, I'm not the Messiah. I'm just a very naughty boy. And that's from one of my favorite TV series, movie series, called Monty Python.
Fantastic.
And this one's from The Life of Brian.
Yeah, I love it.
If you ever get a chance, definitely go see it. For those Monty Python heads out there, you'll know exactly what I mean. And yeah, so
I have seen it, and I've seen it a few times, and I really love it. But back in my fundamentalist religious days, we thought that was just wicked. Oh, evil.
Yeah, people shy away from that movie so much.
It's sad, isn't it?
Oh, you can't say that.
Yeah.
That's sacrilegious. That's you're making fun of God. You're making fun of Jesus. You're saying that Christianity is wrong, that God is wrong. But no,
All that sort of thing.
It is. It's saying that, but it's saying it in a way that is shows how screwy you can be sometimes. How we think sometimes, how the world thinks, I guess, but just how our faith is so wrapped up in this guy.
Yeah.
Right? And we do all these things that to a non-Christian don't make sense.
Yeah, I'm with you. So Ian, we might kind of wrap it up, but I just want to come back to, I love Michael McIntyre, love his humour, right? Yes. But ABBA, who's here?
ABBA.
That's ABBA. That's it. Yes. So the reason I put that there is because I actually, everybody knows the music of ABBA.
Yes.
And I would never have said in the past that it was my favourite music.
No. Yeah.
I mean, it was sort of
fun to dance to, fun to sing along to, but not something you would sit down and constantly listen to.
Yeah. Having said that, Like they were coming up big back in the days when I was in an exclusive cult, and we weren't supposed to listen to music or the radio or anything like that. So, you'd hear it, but you weren't supposed to. But since working with people, or excuse me, having other people work with me,
Yes.
to support me, I've recognized just how much their music resonates with some of our friends there.
Oh, yeah.
They love it, don't they?
Absolutely.
Always, you ask them what songs do they want, and they want Dancing Queen.
Dancing Queen. Yeah, that
know.
one beautiful guy in our group loves Dancing Queen.
Oh, yeah.
He's always asking for Dancing Queen.
And we do a Zoom, twice a week?
Yeah, twice a week. Yeah.
Every time that he's on, pretty much, but he does that and one other song, mainly.
Yes, yeah.
The other song.
Before that other song, he loved Dancing Queen.
Oh, yeah.
That Love My Life is the one he loves to play now.
Yeah, who's the performer of that?
Robbie Williams.
Yeah. And the lyrics of that are just so beautiful. So because we do this all the time, kind of thing, a couple of times a week, I've come to really love the ABBA music because I see the effect on our friends.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And also that because I play songs with lyrics, I've been able to go through and read the lyrics and really absorb it for Love My Life. And it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful, Yeah. So listen, Ian, I think we should do this again. What do you reckon?
I definitely think so.
And if we can get more than one person to watch this and enjoy it.
I'll be happy if we get half a person.
Half a person?
I'll be a happy man.
Half a person above or underwater?
I don't think I'm that fussy. I'll take whatever. I'll take whatever.
You are such a gregarious person, aren't you? Yeah.
You're lucky I can't spell.
Yeah, although that's not quite true, because if you were gregarious, you wouldn't be in Paech.
True. That is true.
I don't even know where Greg Arious lives.
No.
But I do know where you live, unless you're going to move and not tell me the address. You're thinking about it, aren't you?
I'm just going to that little Mugsy here.
Thanks for your time, Ian. And I look forward to talking to you again sometime in the near future.
Look forward to it.
Are you any good in one of those diving suits? Big helmet, that sort of thing?
Hands, what am I doing it?
Well, I thought we'd do it underwater next time.
Underwater, okay. I don't actually float.
You don't float very well? I don't know that I sink very well, but I've never really tried to do it.
Oh, see, that could be a problem. If you float it, sink. It won't be on skin level.
Okay. And that'd be hard to have a wonderful conversation, wouldn't it? Thanks for your time, buddy.
Anytime.
See you next time, same place. All right?
Same thing.
I'm going to zoom off now.
Zoom down.